The following is a presentation of the Greater Ontario Hockey League.
This is a look at one of the oldest operating hockey rinks in the world prior to Game 3 of the Sutherland Cup final. The Galt Arena Gardens, home to the Cambridge RedHawks, gets set to welcome the Sutherland Cup final series once again for its third game, a pivotal one between the Lincolns and the RedHawks. As we welcome you inside here at the Galt Arena Gardens, the story of this series has been in part the goaltending. Adin Hill for Cambridge has been terrific. He had a shutout in Game 1 and stopped 37 of 39 in Game 2. Colby Buthausko on the other side has been busy, and he's been stellar all series long. So ahead of a massive Game 3 here at the Galt in front of another big crowd, let's head down for our goalie comments, powered by Milk, with Adin Hill from Cambridge and Colby Buthausko from St. Mary's.
We had a great start to the series, obviously. 2 wins off the start's always great for our confidence. Yeah, I mean, it's gone our way so far, but we got to continue our winning ways here tonight for the rest of the series. So it's not going to be easy at all. They're going to come hard.
We got no worries in our locker room right now. We know what it takes to kind of dig deep here. We kind of dug ourselves a hole, but we know what it takes to get out of it, and we're just taking it one game at a time right now.
Smitty scoring those clutch goals, it's obviously huge. Defense blocking shots, like that's obviously huge. Then don't get to me, makes my job a little easier. So yeah, that's good. But our whole collective team effort has been amazing, and we want to continue that.
I'm a guy of routine, so I'll wake up, I'll have the same breakfast, I'll have my oats, and then I'll do some stretches and stuff, try not to think too much about the game. Just got to get my body right, and then I'll have my second breakfast before I leave, and then grab my coffee, and then start thinking about the game usually around an hour before, kind of visualizing what I'm going to do.
Not really a big superstitious guy. I just do my same routine really every day. It's just wake up, go for a walk, and have a burrito bowl every game day, and that seems to be working out. So yeah, keep doing that, and then same warm up before every game.
Both Hill and Buthausko have been called upon by their head coaches once again, hoping to lead their respective teams to victory. For the playoffs, Hill has a .947 save percentage across 11 games, while Buthausko sits at a .939 across his 17 contests. This series sits at 2-0 Cambridge after they took Game 2 on the road on Monday. For Luke Saramac, it was a game to remember in Game 2. He put up 1 goal and 1 assist for 2 points in that second game of the series, helping lift the RedHawks to victory and to a 2-game series lead. A stretch pass for Saramac. He's hit with Smith. Saramac for Smith to the back end. He scores! Parker Smith goals in back-to-back games. The story has been the young guns for Cambridge, as Saramac and Parker Smith have made their mark on the series. Smith had 2 goals in Game 2 to follow up the goal he had to open the scoring in Game 1. He's been the main offensive driver right now for Cambridge. Those rookies are playing for their veterans, hoping to give them an ending to a season that they'll remember. On the flip side, this is a big one for the St. Mary's Lincolns tonight. Down 2 games to none, but that is not a spot that they haven't been in before. St. Mary's was trailing the series against Stratford 2 games to none in the Western Conference Final prior to working their way back into that one and winning it in 7 games to earn their way to this point. Lincoln Moore had a goal in Game 2 on home ice. He's got 6 goals in his last 7 games after his 5-game goal streak was snapped in Game 1. He will have to be on top of his offensive game if St. Mary's wants a shot to come back in the series. Lincoln's forward Ethan Weir will try to do the same. He and Moore were part of the Game 7 comeback victory for the Lincolns, where they came back in the 3rd period to beat the Warriors. He also scored his first goal of the final in Game 2. It's the most important game of the season so far for St. Mary's, as Cambridge tries to take a stranglehold here on the final and put themselves a win away from the Sutherland Cup. It's the Lincolns, it's the RedHawks, it's Game 3 of the Sutherland Cup Finals, powered by Milk, and it's a spotlight game. Puck Drop is next on 519 Sports. Off the draw. Wasserlin tries to play it around the wall and out to center. It's knocked down by Colebrook. His shot stopped by Hill. And then a man crashing the crease. It was Vortman. Scramble for it down low. Where is it? They score! St. Mary's finds the back of the net. 16 seconds into game 3. They've got their first lead of the series. It's 1-0 Lincolns, and the goal belongs to Jack Clark. The officials discussing that goal after Clark jammed it home in the blue paint. The RedHawks were adamant that it was covered up by their goaltender, Aiden Hill. We'll see what comes of this. After a long discussion, it's a good goal. Jack Clark snaps a 14-game goalless drought with his second of the playoffs, and St. Mary's leads 1-0. Here comes Callum McCauley up ice. McCauley over the blue line. McQueen Spence after it. Down low a chance. McCauley whacking away. Hill is down, and he's got it covered to get a whistle and a stoppage. Graham gets it out to center. Had the chance on the breakaway on his first shift. Couldn't bury. Tries to sidestep Keane. Centering pass. Loose down low. Boothausko a series of saves. He's still down and they score! It's Tyler Graham on the doorstep. Cambridge responds. It's 1-1 just under 3 minutes in. McGregor through center. Vortman over the line. Vortman for Colebrook. Colebrook's got it and shoots, but Aiden Hill makes the save and holds on. Joey Wasserlin drops it back for Darcy. Darcy over the blue line, stripped. Vortman lost an edge. Hodkinson racing ahead short-handed. Hodkinson taken down, going to the goal. No penalty on the play as Hill made the stop, and the puck ends up in the corner. Forrest swings it back for Freeze, who overskated it. Back now, Yager. Yager to Gamage. Oh, and a big hit that knocks the penalty box door open, sending Gamage into the box. You never see that. Oh boy, bad timing. McCauley off the end wall. Hodkinson. Hodkinson feeds it up high. Elzinga back for Hodkinson. Hodkinson holding to Elzinga. Get at the point. Over to Hodkinson. Hodkinson, Weir one-timer, scores! Ethan Weir, power play goal! Lincoln's lead, 2-1. That pass knocked down. Savory's in, dodges McMillan. Savory shooting, scores! Sam Savory's on the board. It's his first goal of the series. Cambridge ties the game at 4-on-4. It's 2-2. Montesi up to McQueen Spence down the ice. Hill knocked the net off just a little bit. Hill reset it himself. RedHawks are out to center. Skuta. Skuta gets a hip check from McGregor. How about that? Vortman looking for it. A tie up. Savory whacks away. Here's Colebrook. Colebrook down low. Clark alone. Can't get a shot away. Hill denied him. Unbelievable. Darcy shooting through traffic. Save Boothausko. Rebound Graham. He did it again. Tyler Graham. One-timer on the rebound. RedHawks lead. It's 3-2. Akers up to the line. Kalp knocks it down. Here's Vortman. Vortman sweeps it down low. Clark picks it back up. Kalp, one-timer pad save. Rebound loose. They score. St. Mary's has tied it again. Back and forth we go in game 3. A loose rebound, and Owen Vortman buries it. Under 2 to play here in the second period. Hodkinson in the direction of Lincoln Moore. Now Forrest plays it down low, misses the mark. Net comes loose. No goal, waved off right away. RedHawks scored, but the net came off, so we'll get a stoppage. And some frustration on the Cambridge bench. Colebrook through center. Here comes Drobny on the rush. Drobny, cross-ice feed. Oh, no shot was taken. Puck comes around the wall. Saramac out through center. Forrest over the line. Forrest holding, shooting, blocked there by Keane. What a job to get in front of it. Darcy, tight angle. Over the glass, out of play. Laco over the line, has McDougall going to the net. Laco centering feed, McDougall denied by Hill. On the doorstep, what a save. A battle down low, comes free to Freeze. Freeze in the corner, finds Darcy up high. Darcy holds, shoots, scores, no! Waved off right away. Boothausko had some contact out front, and they've waved this goal off. RedHawks continue to celebrate as Freeze heads to the official to get the ruling. Referees will talk this one over, but as it stands, it's no goal. Shane O'Brien, David Alford, the referees, talking things over with Morgan and McQueen Spence. Cameron Freeze in there as well. RedHawks don't appear to be very happy with the decision, which would indicate that we'll probably get a no-goal call here. Morgan pleading his case to O'Brien. Buthausko got bumped in, so it'll be no goal, and the face-off will come back into the Lincoln's end. Bertuzzi livid on the Cambridge bench right now. Wasn't happy about the no-goal call earlier due to the net coming off. Not happy now with the goaltender interference call. Off the face-off, puck comes to Graham, trying to get in there quickly. Comes up to Yager, now forced out. It's Colebrook, short-handed, tied game late. Colebrook to the backhand, he scores! Devin Colebrook, short-handed goal! Lincoln's lead 4-3. His first shorty in the playoffs. Couldn't have come at a bigger time. St. Mary's is up by 1. Gamage holding. Gamage looking for an option, goes to Freeze. Freeze for Forrest. Forrest holds. Forrest walking, shooting, save Buthausko. He's got it. A pass cut there by Moore. Lincoln Moore in the corner. Moore to Laco for Vortman. For Moore! Scores! Out of the box! Out of the score sheet! The Moose is loose in Cambridge! It's 5-3 Lincolns. Graham. McGregor towards Vortman. Clark after it. Morgan getting into it. Morgan grabs the face mask of Hodkinson, goes right after him. Morgan trying to get a hold of him, throws a punch. It's chaos on the near side. Morgan's gloves are off. Not the case for Hodkinson. We'll see where the penalties lie here. And as time runs down here in this one, the St. Mary's Lincolns have picked up their first victory of the Sutherland Cup final. They now trail the series 2-1. A game-winning shorthanded goal from Devin Colebrook in the third period. The difference maker, Lincoln Moore, got some insurance. He's now got goals in 7 of his last 8 games. St. Mary's snaps a 24-game winning streak for the Cambridge RedHawks that dated back to the regular season. They are now 14-1 in the playoffs as the series shifts back to St. Mary's for Game 4 at 7:30 on Friday, and there will be a Game 5 back here at the Galt at 7 p.m. on Saturday.
Kind of the puck just spurred loose there and went right to the D, and he kind of just bounced over his stick and then poked it through. And I know we had quite a few breakaways, especially on penalty kills throughout this series so far. So we've taken a lot of shots and no one's really made a move. So decided to try something different, and then saw it went right under the goalie's leg. And our fans are down the other end, so I don't think they could quite see it. So it's a little delayed for the whole rink to hear, but yeah, it was pretty exciting. Finally worth it.
Getting called for a penalty with 5 minutes left, you start thinking, you're organizing the penalty killers, and the last thing you think is a kid's going to score 9 seconds into a penalty kill, right? So, but for Devin to get it, I think that might be a little bit of a weight off his back. He's had quite a few breakaways, shorthanded the last couple of series, and I mean, as a kid, there are not many better ones. He's a student, a really good student at Western, comes to the rink every day, takes care of himself, works incredibly hard, very, very respectful, honest hockey player. And whenever kids like that have success, you're certainly happy for them.
Just hard work all around. We were pretty motivated coming into this game. 2-1 sounds a lot better than 3-0. So everyone knew their assignments and knew what we needed to do, and we capitalized on every chance.
Yeah, we started hot today, and we wanted to keep it going just throughout the whole game. And we know that we have to stay physical and keep playing hard the whole time. And we were focused on the bus, we were focused in the room, and it paid off.
Winning tonight's everything. A big part of this game's mentally, and winning tonight definitely boosts our confidence. But in terms of what we need to do, it all starts away from the rink. What you eat, what you drink, how many hours you sleep. So And then when you get to the rink, it's game time.
Moose, he's always unreal for us. He was making plays all game, and finally one fell for him. And he definitely boosted his confidence a little bit, but not just Moose, like the other 05s, like Vortman buried one there. She was playing hard all game, and especially Tez and Kalper on the back end, like solid throughout, getting shots on offense and playing good defense. Then Queener too, just grinding out all game.
It was an unfortunate goal. 15 seconds into the game. I thought we did a good job of bouncing back from that. We fought to the end. They won tonight, but we'll get them Friday. No one said it was going to be easy. Playoffs is meant to be hard. It's all about how you bounce back. Teams and all around the league, there's been talk about how we're going to bounce back facing adversity. And again, like we said, we'll bounce back on Friday.
We knew this wasn't going to be easy. We knew they're going to battle. We knew they're going to compete. It's two good teams going at it. We're in the finals. It wasn't, we didn't have an expectation to walk in here and just, glide through a series. So, tonight they jumped out. They got the quick one. I think our guys did a good job of bouncing back, sticking with the game. We put a good push on in the third, and that's hockey. There's ups and downs and momentum swinging both ways. And I think it's, so far it's been a good series. Both teams are competing, bouncing back, showing up, and it's been fun. We had a good third. We were, we finally found our legs. We got some energy, rolled a couple shifts over. And I think an unfortunate bounce, they capitalized on it, and that's the way a game can go. I think, we started to pour it on, and I think we had a good push. So that's what we want from our guys. That's what we've been talking about, and I think it's gonna, we want to carry it into Friday.
The easy thing is to give up, right? And we talked before the game. We've got priorities with and without the puck, but main one was focus tonight. Everything, anytime there's an issue with our game, we present it through video or meetings or whatever, and whenever it's in front of their face, it gets corrected right away. So we put a list of things that we thought we needed to make priorities, and again, you saw a lot of that execution tonight. Being down 2-0, you're kind of in one a little bit, but the belief doesn't really leave us. We've faced adversity quite a few times this year. And I find we're a very resilient group. Even going back to practice last night, we talked after game 2, do we want to practice? And these players want to practice. They came with things they wanted to work on. And listen, these kids are gamers, and they've really got one thing on their mind, and it's not going to stop till the series is over. I like that we started putting the puck in the net, but I like that there's still things to work on too. Like, we thought we had a good game. But I thought at times we weren't the best with the puck, and our guys know that. So even though we won our game, knowing that we still have another gear to get to, I think that's exciting, and we'll have things to talk about before our next pregame meeting, and it's something to strive for, right? We'll add another priority and try to check that one off.